Good day to all. We are the group 3 and we are tasked to discuss about the nature of light. As previously stated, light is a wave. Specifically, light is an electromagnetic wave. Yet, the nature of light was one of the scientific issues back in history. Brilliant scientists debated on this phenomenon to clearly explain its nature. Here are the theories on the nature of light. Light is a transverse electromagnetic wave that can be seen by the typical human. The wave nature of light was first illustrated through experiments on diffraction and interference. Like all electromagnetic waves, light can travel through a vacuum. So the first scientist is Isaac Newton. He proposed in his article the corpuscular theory or particle theory of light, which states that light is made of streams of particles. He also claimed that light is a tiny particle called corpuscle. It is released by luminous bodies that behave similar to a tiny elastic ball. According to him, light flows in a straight path and travels at a great speed, so diffraction had not yet been discovered by Isaac Newton. The second one is Christian Huygens. He developed the wave theory. He also described light as a form of a transverse wave motion released also by luminous bodies. So light spreads out.
Hello everyone, I am Guirigay Joshua P. and I'm gonna He is the one that presented that light can be interfere and generate bright and light regions on a screen. He also discovered the diffraction and interference of light, which can be explained only in terms of the wave theory. So si Thomas Young ang naka-discover sa diffraction o interference of light. And next is James Clerk Maxwell. Thought that light is a result of oscillations of electrically charged particles of atoms. Presented that changing electric and magnetic fields could propagate through space as electromagnetic waves, and that light itself is an electromagnetic wave. So, matud pa ni James Clerk Maxwell nga, ang kinabuhi is there's some sort of electromagnetic waves. Next is Max Planck. He is the one that visualized light as an energy called protons or quanta that are transmitted in small quantities from luminous bodies. Introduced his postulates to explain black body radiation, a surface object that is capable of absorbing all radiation falling on it. Siya ang nag-introduce sa black body radiation nga surface nga absorb na radiation nga mahagbong ani.
Theories that light is composed of bundles of wave energy called photons, in agreement with Planck's findings. His experiment showed that photons of X-ray decrease in energy when colliding with electrons. Hence, radiation, including light, behaves like a particle. Extended that possibility further by proposing that matter can have wave properties and thus reinforce that fact that light has a dual nature.
Production of visible light. Visible light is one of the components of electromagnetic waves. It is a type of wave that can be detected by the human eye. These can be categorized by any of the following. Luminous object. An object that gives off its own light because of the energy of its oscillating particles. The sun and the stars are its examples. Illuminated object. An object that can be seen because it reflects light waves. Example, moon.
Incandescent light. It is a type of light emitted by a hot object. It gives off all colors of visible light depending on the temperature of the material. Example, Incandescent lamp of Thomas Edison. An incandescent bulb typically consists of a glass enclosure containing a tungsten filament. An electric current passes through the filament, heating it to a temperature that produces light. Incandescent light bulbs usually contains a stem or glass mount attached to the bulb's base, which allows the electrical contacts to run through the envelope without gas or air leaks. Small wires embedded in the stem support the filament and/or its lead wires. The enclosing glass enclosure contains either a vacuum or an inert gas to preserve and protect the filament from evaporating.
Fluorescent light. It produces visible light by the fluorescence of a phosphor coating which absorbs ultraviolet energy and glows. A fluorescent lamp consists of a glass tube filled with a mixture of argon and mercury vapor. Metal electrodes at each end are coated with an alkaline earth oxide that gives off electrons easily. When current flows through the gas between the electrodes, the gas is ionized and emits ultraviolet radiation. The inside of the tube is coated with a phosphorus substance that absorbs ultraviolet radiation and fluorescence. Because of a fluorescent light bulb does not provide light through the continual heating of a metallic filament, consume much less electricity than incandescent bulb, only 1/4 and electricity or even less by some estimates. Basig wa mo kailangan sa ni mao ni ang kaning mga suga sa atong panimalay ang fluorescent bulb or fluorescent light bulb.
Good day everyone, my name is Algie SUMOD-ONG and this is my continuation report of the nature of light, production of visible light. So we'll talk about phosphorescence. It is the emission of light from a substance exposed to radiation and persisting as an afterglow after the exciting radiation has been removed. And it produces light by periodically recharging by exposure to light. And the next is bioluminescence. Bioluminescence is the production of own light due to chemical reaction within the body of an organism. It means it can create their own light within the body. So example for these organisms are the fish, bacteria, jellies, fireflies, and fungi. So this organism can create or can product of own light due to chemical reaction with their body. And the last one is this chemical reaction that results bioluminescence requires two unique chemicals. These are luciferin and either luciferase or photoprotein.